Basic Appraisal Procedures, page 236. Extra problems may be worked in class. A property valued at $150,000 generates annual income of $30,000. Building expenses run $1,500 per month, leading to a net income of $12,000. Calculate the gross rent multiplier. Price divided by rent, I think that's how it goes. Price divided by rent. Price of $150,000. $12,000. $12.5 is your gross rent multiplier. Could be wrong on that, but whatever. Number 2, calculate the value of a property that has a gross monthly income of $5,000 if the GRM in the area is 160. Calculate the value of a property that has a gross monthly income of $5,000 if the gross rent multiplier is 160. So it's 5,000 times 160 maybe? $800,000, that seems a lot. But I mean, it is bringing in $5,000 a month. That is kind of a lot too. I don't know, I could be wrong on these. Other useful real estate math. You may encounter many other math problems in your appraisal career. These include various measurements, points on loans, property tax assessments, and return on investment calculations. Let's briefly review these. Measurements: carpets, sidewalks, and driveways. It is useful to know how to calculate the area, amounts, and costs for various types of common construction materials, especially when completing a cost approach appraisal. Carpet. The area formula for carpet is length times width. Carpet is often sold by the square yard, yet appraisers usually measure a room in feet. They must convert from feet to yards. Here's the formula. So you take your length and you multiply it by your width. That'll equal your square feet. Then you take your square feet and you divide by 9. Now it'll equal square yards. Example, if a room measures 20 feet by 20 feet, how much carpet is needed? You take your 20 feet length, multiply it by your 20 feet width, equals 400 square feet. Now you take the 400 and you divide it by 9. Now that'll equal 44.4 square yards of carpet. Sidewalks and driveways. The area for both of these surfaces is length times width times depth. Remember these important considerations when working with sidewalks and driveways. Number 1, is a depth component to the measurement, so you will have 3 numbers to multiply. Number 2, all numbers must be in the same unit. Often you will have length and width in feet, but the depth in inches. Convert inches to feet. Divide by 12. Over here it shows an extra note. Using IRV, you have your rate of 60 and your value of $150,000 and your income of $2,500 a month. Maybe it was because they divided the 30,000 by 12. Yeah, that's probably what we did in class, creating $2,500 a month. And the $150,000 in the value, so your rate was 60. Okay. Page 237. Number 3, concrete is usually sold by the cubic yard, so you must convert. Here's the formula. You take your length, you multiply it by your width, and then you multiply it by your depth. That'll equal cubic feet. Now you take your cubic feet and you divide by 27. That'll equal your cubic yards. Example, a driveway measures 50 feet by 8 feet and has 3 inches of depth. How much concrete is needed? You take your 50-foot length, multiply it by your 8 feet of width, and then multiply it by 0.25 inch. It equals 100 feet of cubic feet. Don't forget to convert inches to feet. 3 inches equals 0.25 inch. 100 feet divided by 27 equals 3.70 cubic yards of concrete. Find the cost of a sidewalk that is 40 feet by 8 feet by 6 inches. If concrete costs $75 per cubic yard. Step number 1, calculate sidewalk size. 40 feet times 8 feet times a half a foot equals 160 feet of cubic square feet. Don't forget to convert inches to feet. 6 inches equals 0.5 feet, a half a foot. Now you take your 160 cubic square feet and you divide it by 27. It equals 5.93 cubic yards of concrete. Step number 2, calculate the total cost as size. Multiply the price per cubic yard. You take your 5.93 cubic yards of concrete and you times it by 75. That'll equal $444.75 for the concrete. Extra problems may be worked in class. Number 1, how much would it cost to carpet 2 rooms if one room is 10 feet by 16 feet? The other room is 8 feet by 12 feet, and carpet costs $12 per square yard. So you got to come up with the square feet. That's going to be $160 square feet here, and 8 by 12, 8 times 12 is going to be $96. And the carpet costs $12 per square yard. So we'd take our 196 square feet and you would calculate, you have to divide that by, what was it, 9? 196 divided by 9 equals 21.77. And then you would times that by $12 per square yard. Equals $261.33. Next question. How much will a driveway cost if it is 40 feet in length, 8 feet in width, and 4 inches? And concrete costs $6 per cubic yard. Start by length times width, 40 times 8. That equals 320. Times 4 inches. So you got to convert the inches into square feet. How many inches in feet is 4 inches? I'm not too sure. Maybe 0.25, I think. Yeah, it's got to be 0.25. So we're going to times that by 0.25. Now that equals 80. And then you take your 80 and we need to, and concrete costs $6 per cubic yard. Divided by 27. I think that's what it's always 27. That's what it's looking like. $2.9629. Multiply that by $6 per cubic yard. $17.77? That doesn't sound right. Yeah. Huh. I don't know, I got it wrong. Points. Points are defined as a percent of the mortgage loan amount. One point equals 1% of the mortgage. Points may also be referred to as discount points or loan origination fees. They are all calculated the same way. If you are given information on sale price and down payment amount, you may need to calculate the mortgage amount from this information. You take your sale price, you minus your down payment, that equals your loan. Your only goal is determining the mortgage loan amount. Remember, 1 point equals 1% of the mortgage loan amount, not the sale price. The loan on a property is $100,000 and the borrower will pay 3 points. How much will the borrower pay in points? You take the $100,000, you times it by 3%, and that equals $3,000.